requirements we have looked at when we were doing traceability, but we'll just kind of look at this. To ensure that requirements and designs at different levels are aligned to one another. Traceability means identification and documentation of lineage of a requirement, right? In terms of its backward traceability, forward traceability, and relationship to other requirements. So now here, I want you to take some notes down. Okay, so I'm going to put it on the chat. Forward traceability in Babok is known by the term of allocation. Okay, forward traceability is known by the term of allocation. Backward traceability in Babok is known by the term of derivation. Okay, very important. It is useful for impact analysis, identification of business requirements or designs, understanding project complexity, and understanding requirements coverage. Right now, trace requirements, the inputs are requirements and designs. Output are requirements traced and designs which are traced. Okay. Now, what are the elements? Now, this one, I want someone to take a photograph, this slide. There will be questions around this. Okay, we'll have to put it on the WhatsApp group, guys. This slide.
Can you sit down?
Especially
here?
The second part.
More important class also. Not a corny. You sit there, sit with daddy and watch phone.
Sorry, you guys have to go on mute. Okay. Now, guys, do you remember the traceability matrix, or do you want me to show it to you once?
Once again, sir.
Once again, right? Yeah, I thought so. So let me just do a stop sharing, because this was a few weeks back that we had looked at traceability matrix. So let me bring it up on the screen share. Sorry, my boy is shouting behind me. Hopefully this is the noise cancellation headphone, so you're not able to hear him so much.
We can't hear anything actually. So
what is that
unless
headphone?
You told us.
Chirantan, what is that headphone?
No, this is a noise cancelling one.
Oh.
So yeah, so it suppresses any background noise. So when my wife is shouting at me because I've not done the dishes.
Chirantan,
I think you're just exaggerating it.
Yeah, actually, you should introduce your wife one day. Huh? We'll tell all this.
No, don't tell her. That is why you are all my confidant.
Right?
We might share our login ID and password with her. Part of this.
Oh my goodness. No, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm not introducing her to anyone in Intellipaat. Otherwise, it's a problem.
She should know all this.
Sometimes I do blunders, right? Sometimes I do blunders.
Don't worry, sir. We'll project the best for you about you.
You'll tell the best about me. Yeah,
that Chirantan himself will be doing best of himself to her.
Yeah, she now knows the truth.
We'll contribute to it, Kavita.
Yeah, that's what she actually believed, that I'm quite good at quite a few things. If I'm good at business analysis, I might be good at other things. But then she realized, oh my goodness, guy is not good at anything else. Okay. But coming back to the traceability metrics, see, the high level requirement is the responsibility of the business side BA, and then it is traced forward to a business requirement document. The business requirement document is traced forward to an FSD. Then it goes to the architect for high level design. Then it goes to developer for low level design. Then QA lead for test strategy, then test scenarios, test cases, test results, and sign-offs. Right. So this going from left to right is known as forward traceability. So if you are tracing high level requirements to BRD, it is known as forward traceability. And going from right to left is known as backward traceability. See, it is given here also. Right to left is backward traceability, which is derivation. Left to right is forward traceability, which is allocation, as given by Babcock. And if you look at here, two advantages of a requirement traceability matrix: scope misses are minimized, right? Scope, look at this. Scope misses are minimized and scope creep is not allowed. So what do you mean by scope misses are minimized? That means, let's say you had one high level requirement. If you are tracing it to the BRD, every high level requirement you're going to trace to the BRD. So nothing can be missed. That is the advantage of a requirements traceability matrix, that whatever was there in the original scope, you have actually looked at everything in the BRD. And again, from the BRD, you have looked at everything to the FSD. And what is scope creep? So let's say you are at this stage. Okay, so you are at the development stage. Okay, now when you are at the development stage, your sponsor comes in. Imagine it's a waterfall project, and he or she says that we need to include this also because this was already agreed. Now, because you're at that stage, you will do backward traceability, saying that, oh, you're in development. Let me see what was there agreed in high level design. Let me see what was there in FSD. So I'm going from right to left. And I will go till the BRD. If it was not there in the BRD, it was never agreed. So we can't deliver that. If you have to get it done, you'll have to raise a change request, right? Because the scope, the project duration might actually derail it. The project duration might actually go towards, can take more time, or you may need more resources to fast track or to crash the project. That is why you have to use these terms. So the advantages are scope misses are minimized and scope creep is not allowed in a traceability matrix. Clear? Anyone has got questions?
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
I just wanted to understand. So there are various organizations where the traceability matrix is not in place. So if in interview we are being asked regarding the traceability matrix, so how to, like, I can explain like what is the traceability matrix, but I have not worked on it. Like I have not maintained it.
Yeah. So Chinmay, I mean, unfortunately, there are organizations where, traceability matrix is not given a lot of importance, and which is why organizations are not maintaining that. But once you know the concept from an interview perspective, at least you will be able to explain it to them, right? But I don't know how you will come up the curve of not maintaining it because you have not done it in practice. The idea is to try to talk to people from the industry and ask them what has been your experience in traceability matrix, who owns that matrix, is it only by the BS? Now see, this part is owned by the business side BA, right? If you look at it, this part is owned by the business side BA. Now this part is owned by the IT side business analyst. This part is owned by the architect and the developer, right? So everyone owns the requirement traceability matrix, but because it starts with the business side BA, that is why the BAs have got primary responsibility on the RTM. As long as you're able to say this, I think the employer should be happy with your answer.
And since we are using Jira, so we are basically providing all these informations in Jira. So can we say that we are using Jira, so that's why?
Yeah. So in Jira only the RTM is there, right? So there Jira has the functionality of using something known as traceability, right? So in your Jira form only you will have traceability number. If you are mentioning which document you are tracing to and the section of that particular document, that is all that you need to do. And then the traceability matrix can be exported from the Jira, Chinmay.
Actually, maybe we are not doing this way.
Maybe you're not doing it this way, but that is the right way to do it. So if you're tracing the requirements on Jira, then you should be giving the document reference of where you got the earlier requirements, right? And then that traced requirements or the traced Jiras can be linked, and those linkages all can be exported at one go. So it becomes the requirement traceability matrix effectively.
Okay.
And if you want to know more, I'm happy to consult for your organization. Just tell them that I take some nominal fees.
No, actually, we are
She's saying no.
She's directly saying no.
Yeah, I have not been able to impress Chinmay. So I have to work.
No, actually, what I'm saying is that we are providing the links in the description section of the Jira. So if my
Right.
any of my change requests are interlinked, then obviously we'll be providing the BRD and FRD links in that. So
Yeah,
if in
that's how
case
it is
there
supposed
is,
to be done.
yeah. So that's why I said like it won't require like.
Yeah, I know.
I want
Yeah.
to ask a question.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, I raised my hand. Let me lower my hand first. Okay, two things I want to discuss. First thing is that the Trello, all the attachments you have uploaded in Trello, I have downloaded
Yes.
it, and honestly, I have used use cases in my organization. That's allowed, right?
Yeah.
That's allowed, right?
It is allowed.
Yeah.
That is
It
allowed.
helped me a lot. We are
Yeah.
37 members, and mine is like, and I joined the team within 3
Right.
days. I was like, yeah, I have a format. I'm giving you. Thank you
Yeah,
very
you can
much.
use it. No problem.
Thank you very much. It helped me. And second thing I wanted to tell is that this format, this whatever Babok rule, everything is there, and whoever is following, whoever is not following is not following. Still company runs, still somehow they manage. That is where the problem arises. I worked with a company which is following 100%, at least 80 to 90% of what the industry set the rule. And also I worked with the company which is not at all following. Even without QA, it goes to the deployment. Without QA, it goes to the live environment. This is all I have seen. So I'm just sharing my experience.
Yeah, I mean, see, so the problem is everyone understands what is prescriptive, right? The Babok, things are best practices. These are prescriptive.
Yeah.
And these have to be tailored according to your organization uses. Now, in our organization, sometimes two people are doing the role because lack of budget, right? Because
Yeah,
they
correct.
don't have a lot of budget. That's the main crux of it, right? So,
Yeah.
you have
I,
to
as
follow
a
what
business
the organization
analyst
has.
in one company, have taken the requirement, have done the QA, I have done the negotiation part, I have done the client engagement, and also increasing the business as well. So all the role was done by me for that organization. It was small, they were paying good, but these all the activities I have taken care for them.
Yeah, so your year end has taken care of all of the traceability. End-to-end traceability.
While I was pregnant that time, and while I was going for a maternity leave, they have given 1 month extra for that. I'm not saying for that, but of course your work gets considered, right? I got some complication, but they have considered everything. They have given leniency.
That's nice. That's nice. So that is important. And then this document is there on Trello, and this BA responsibility matrix you can also use as you can use as your traceability matrix. So let me just kind of show this one. Yeah, this one also you can kind of use. So it should come up on your screen. Both are there on Trello. Okay, whichever you want to use traceability purpose, you can use that for traceability. Okay. All right. Any other questions on this? Otherwise, we'll go back to the slides. No? Okay, good. So now, what are the 4 types of relationships between the requirements? One is derive.